Since 2020, thousands of rental units have been approved for demolition in Toronto, making many Torontonians victims of demovictions, meaning a demolition-driven eviction, where a landlord tears down a building to redevelop it into a larger number of apartments or condos. The developers have to give tenants units in the new builds, but renters say they still suffer in the interim.
We are seeing through these many demovictions that the supply of purpose-built and rent-controlled buildings is diminishing because those are the very ones that are being targeted for demovictions. So we can see very clearly how the supply that tenants will have access to during the displacement period is shrinking.
Tomorrow, hundreds of tenants could be one step closer to being demovicted, as the Toronto and East York Community Council will vote on the fate of 4 buildings with about 240 units, deciding whether to recommend City Council approve the applications to demolish them. 80 of those units are in the building where Iré du Tossignan has lived for more than a decade.
A lot of people are very anxious, mostly because people just want to know what is going on. What is going to happen to them? Are they going to lose their homes? Are their homes going to be saved? If they are going to lose their homes, when is that going to happen?
In 2020, there were 9 properties approved for demolition and replacement in the city. In 2021, there were 12. In 2022, there were 23. And in 2023, there were 24. Planning expert Maddie Simi-Atiki says building needs to happen everywhere.
Many of these buildings are in prime locations, right beside or adjacent or nearby public transit. And in many cases, the buildings that are on these sites could be intensified as well. And so that's why you're seeing this move.
Simi-Atiki says disruption is unavoidable with these types of projects, but it needs to be mitigated.
The key here is to make sure that the tenants are protected during the construction period and with a fully ironclad guaranteed right of return at the same rate that they're paying now.
And because tenants often have to pay more for a place while the new units are built, developers also have to cover the difference in rent. But advocates say construction often takes so long, many tenants simply move on. Lane Harrison, CBC News, Toronto.